One of the highest scoring teams in Division IV meets a staunch defensive squad in a contrasting matchup for a spot in the district final. As the surging flames of Mansfield Christian, led by freshly donned career scoring leader Amarr Davis, battles Northern 10 Player of the Year Trevor Vogt and top-seeded Colonel Crawford in a live and free boys tournament showcase that's streaming anywhere internet can be found, and it's all coming at ya next.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. That's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let SPHERION do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with SPHERION. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Welcome you back inside of the historic cause for the First Federal Community Bank pregame show. My name's Brian Skowronski, the legend Joe Balogh with me here tonight. And really fun matchup, Joe. We got a very electric Mansfield Christian squad. First district appearance for them in 13 years against a small school power in Colonel Crawford. They've been here 13 years in a row. So a bit of a difference in terms of the culture and also the style of play.
Yeah, the routine, Crawford knows the routine of getting into the district. So they have that down pat. The interesting thing tonight will be that contrast of styles. Mansfield Christian wants to press. They want to get a really fast-paced game. Colonel Crawford is going to be more of a half-court defensive team and a half-court offensive team. So there's going to be a difference of styles here tonight. Be interesting to see who can control that pace tonight.
Yeah, whoever does likely gonna win the game. For Mansfield Christian, the number 5 seed, coming in with 20 wins, the second most in program history. They steamrolled their way through the sectionals. Combined wins of a 71-point margin, Joe, averaging nearly 75 points per game for the whole year. And like you mentioned, they play at a pace that almost nobody's been able to keep up with this season.
Yes, I mean, they like to play fast. I mean, I saw them in the opening game of the season when they matched up with Crestview. Both teams put a lot of points on the board, and Mansfield Christian's done that throughout the year. And with a player like Amarr Davis, he can put up a bunch himself in one night.
Last district final appearance for Mansfield Christian, 1993-94. It's been a while. You talked about Amarr Davis, their senior point guard. A phenomenal 23-point performance in the sectional final where he passed Jerry Klein to become the school's all-time scoring king. But he's way more than just that, as the numbers reflect, Joe. One of the top assist men in the area, and his rebound numbers the highest of his career.
Yeah, and I think he's sacrificed maybe a little bit of his scoring just to help his team be better. I mean, anytime your team is able to get 20 wins in a season, that's an outstanding accomplishment. So Mansfield Christian coming in here trying to maybe prove something and establish a little bit of a tradition against a very good Colonel Crawford basketball team.
And you talked about sacrificing a bit for scoring. Yeah, you look at his senior numbers down compared to the junior and the sophomore years, but he's been doing it all 4 seasons. I think inarguably the greatest player in the history of the program.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the best to ever come out of Mansfield Christian, and not only is he an outstanding basketball player, but was an outstanding football player for Mansfield Senior. So his athleticism is going to be something that Colonel Crawford's going to have to contend with tonight.
Let's take a look at the Mid-Buckeye Conference standings, where they finished number 2 in the league. Both of those losses to Lucas by a combined 5 points. But this team competed for the league championship this last year, Joe, something they have not done ever. You know, it's been a long time, since like the 70s, since they won one of those.
Yeah, they played, Lucas has kind of dominated that league, but they played Lucas very tough. in both basketball games, and with a game like the 2 games that they played, 1 or 2 possessions could be a big difference in that game. But it kind of, you'll go back to that veteran leadership. Lucas might be had that a little bit more than Mansfield Christian had it.
Do have a strong senior class, the Flames I'm talking about, of course, but they've got a couple of exciting freshmen that you're going to get to see live and free here tonight. Both of them averaging double-figure scoring so far on the season. But as we get ready for tonight's district semifinal contest, as always, we got to honor America to tip off the festivities. Then after that, we'll break down the #1 seeded Colonel Crawford Eagles and what their journey's been like to get back here to the districts for a 13th consecutive season. Some excellent looks at the crowd, the cheerleaders, the atmosphere, always electric here inside of the Haas for tournament basketball. And this is a place that Colonel Crawford, this is like a second home for them when it comes to the postseason, earning the #1 seed yet again. They won the program's 4th N10 title, 3rd in the last 4 seasons, Joe. And this is a team averaging less than 50 points, but they only give up about 40 per game, so that's really their calling card.
Well, the amazing thing with this edition of the Colonel Crawford Eagles is just how they've changed their style a little bit. The last few years, they were a little bit more up-tempo, spread you out, look to drive it, shoot the 3 a little bit more. And Coach Sheldon, taking a look at his squad this year, decided that, hey, we got to be more balanced in the half court offensively. So what you're going to see out of Colonel Crawford is you're going to see guys that play their roles and play them really well. They don't really step out of what they can't do, and they really emphasize what they can do. And what they can do is they got a really good player in Trevor Vogt, and then they got a really good big guy inside in Payne DeGray.
Speaking of Trevor Vogt, freshly named the co-Northern 10 Conference Player of the Year alongside Carey's Carter Smiley. And he's just got freak athletic ability. I mean, you see what this guy does on the track and field. He's crazy, awesome hops, excellent defender, and he's just a good, likable kid. I think he's kind of the glue of this roster this year.
Well, the one thing that you see with Crawford is you see guys develop from their freshman year through their senior year, and he's really taken on a leadership role for this team this year after losing a lot of guys from last year's squad. He's just stepped up and had an outstanding senior season for the Colonel Crawford Eagles.
Yeah, his scoring average has more than doubled coming from a junior now into his senior campaign. So Trevor Vogt definitely earned that Northern 10 Conference Player of the Year. And speaking of the N10, what a wild final weekend show. You almost never see a 4-way split in a league, but Mohawk beats Crawford, Upper smashes Carey, and then you see Seneca East absolutely demolishes Winford, all to combine to get a 4-way tie at the top of the league.
Well, if you take a look at that, you get 6 teams with winning records. That's highly unusual, and you're right. It was kind of a war of attrition in the second half of the year when teams matched up for the second time. So the big thing with Crawford, the N10 may have prepared Crawford a little bit more than the mid-Buckeye did prepare Mansfield Christian for a game like tonight. But, it's only one game in the tournament, and you just got to be the better team on one night, and we'll see who's going to be the better team tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if Trevor can put the team on his back here tonight and carry them to victory. And let's break down our keys to victory. I'll begin with Colonel Crawford. And this is a squad that all season long, and especially in that Northern 10, and as you mentioned, with a lot of fresh faces, they just have to grind it out. Long possessions, force Mansfield Christian to have to run through some half-court offense, and then I think they can be victorious.
Yeah, I think that's a key thing is Crawford's not going to be afraid to grind it out. But also Crawford will be willing if they can get some easy shots against Mansfield Christian's pressure, they will take those shots. But I think one of the key things is Crawford's going to have to handle that pressure that Mansfield Christian's going to put on in the full court.
And that's actually going to be my key to victory for the Flames here tonight, because with that full court pressure offers a lot of opportunities for transition. I've seen Mansfield Christian more than any other team this season, and when they get up and down the floor, they've been unbeatable. Nobody's been able to slow them down.
Well, Christian, they build their team around their defense, in that they're going to force live ball turnovers, then create scoring opportunities out of those live ball turnover situations. My key for Mansfield Christian to win is they got to rebound the basketball. Colonel Crawford just pounds you on the glass at both ends of the floor, and that physicality is something you're going to have to endure for 32 minutes. So we'll see if the Flames can do that tonight.
Here we go, folks. One of the highest scoring teams in the state in D4 against one of the best defensive units left at the Division IV level. Something's got to give here tonight. And it's going to be the Flames with the basketball first as we wrap up our first Federal Community Bank pregame show and are into district semifinal action. Crawford, of course, half-court man-to-man.
Yep.
That's what they do.
And they're going to, their big thing is they don't necessarily put a lot of pressure on the basketball. They just really protect the gaps, try to keep the ball out of the lane. And then they're really going to try to rebound the ball. So right there's a good indication for the Flames is that they get on the offensive glass here and get a second chance opportunity.
First possession kept alive for a second opportunity by Gabe Westfield, one of the seniors, with a big tip out. And now here is Davion Mack, their leading scorer, 18 points per game. Silky smooth, gets his shot blocked on the inside, but the up and under left-handed finish.
That's pretty athletic finish there. And now they're able to jump into their full court pressure. And they're man-to-man. And it's going to be Trevor Vogt handling the basketball here.
Yeah, him and Amarr Davis. This is going to be a spectacular showdown all evening.
Yep. And Amarr Davis getting right into him right away.
Here comes Mack to put on the press. Yep. And Martin straight to the rack. It's 4-zip. So DeAndre Martin cashing that one in. And look at the pressure here by the Flames. Colonel Crawford yet to break half court. Davis Wyszynski now picking up Vogt. And he's going to throw it away. Westfield has to go down to his backside, but he picked it off.
Yep, and tried to look inside to Payne DeGray, and they turned it over on their, first two possessions, they turned the basketball over.
Mansfield Christian looking to take a 6-0 lead here. Wyszynski almost gets it to fall, but he'll head to the free throw line. Best free throw shooter on the squad this season at 78%. Davis, great ball handler alongside Amarr this season. It's a fun backcourt with those two, along with the two freshmen on the wings.
Yeah, they've got some athleticism out there, and they've showed that very early here in the basketball game.
6-0 start here for Mansfield Christian. Eagles have yet to even get into a half-court set.
That's kind of interesting there. They let Payne DeGray kind of handle the pressure here initially, but Trevor Vogt turns it over for the second straight time. Whoop, turned it over, but then Mansfield Christian turned it right back over as they stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it was an athletic play by Martin to squeeze that thing, but had a tippy toe on the end line. So a break for the Eagles. Looking to get off their first shot attempt. DeGray with a tough catch, double team, forces it up, and boy, he's just a strong kid.
And you've heard me talk about this before, but special situations and baseline out of bounds plays are special situations. So Crawford wins that initial one, as they score off of their baseline out of bounds play, and it's 6-2, 9-2.
Correction.
9-2 Mansfield Christian.
Deep triple by Amarr Davis right there.
Mansfield Christian's got to love their start right now.
And the pressure they've been able to put on Trevor Vogt. They're clearing it out, and Trevor lost the handle.
Yeah, Vogt just struggling right now. Just really struggling. And Crawford's going to take a timeout and try to get refocused a little bit here.
It's going to be a Wellspring Pharmacy timeout. And Coach David Sheldon telling his senior point guard, settle down. It's very early. It's okay. But, boy, you can just see Amarr Davis, the intensity, the tenacity that he's brought to the table. And talking to him after setting the career scoring record in our MVP interview at St. Paul last Friday, this is a kid that felt like they were on a mission. He thought they were going to have a good team. They've even exceeded expectations, Coach. And now that they're fired up, they think they can take this all the way.
Well, I mean, really any of the 4 teams that are in this district are capable of winning this district.
Agreed.
But, you know, a lot of times as a coach you talk about the first 3 minutes of the game being important. And Mansfield Christian's been really good here, both offensively and defensively, to start this basketball game.
Davis, mid-range J. And last touch by Davion Mack, so the Eagles will get it back.
But a chance here again for Mansfield Christian to set up in their full court pressure.
And Colonel Crawford wants to get in a couple of substitutions here. Connor McMichael coming in off of the bench.
Along with John DeGray, a freshman.
Let's see what Coach Sheldon elects to do. They'll just clear it out again and they'll let Trevor handle.
And you can see Amarr Davis is really trying to force Trevor Vogt to use his left hand to beat the pressure. And first foul on Amarr Davis.
Again, shading heavily to that left hand. Trevor tries to explode, but here comes the double team. McMichael off the kick out, 3 balls up. And a good sign for the Eagles as Logan Goddard rocks it home.
I mean, Logan Goddard, Bruner, and Vogt are their best 3-point shooters. But we've seen Goddard a couple times just light up teams. I think he had 5 threes in their sectional final win. So he has a capable that he can make shots.
Back iron for Wyszynski, tipped around Max Skies and collected by Westfield.
And that's a good sign for Christian that they've been able to get the offensive glass twice here.
And a friendly roll for Amarr as he takes it to the crib there. 5 points now for number 5. Eagles trail again by 6. Vogt trying to figure out exactly what to do with Davis, so heavily playing him to the left hand.
Well, they're going to look inside to Payne DeGray here early. But Vogt comes off of a little down screen in the lane and is able to hit a 3. So Crawford has settled down after that timeout and are down 3.
Back-to-back triples now for the Eagles as Martin almost knocked down an athletic, acrobatic finish. Instead, he'll go to the free throw line and a couple on the way.
So a couple things have hurt Crawford here early. Number 1, the defensive pressure in the full court of Mansfield Christian. Number 2, surprisingly, is that they've gotten to the offensive glass twice, and I think converted both times. So kind of unusual because Crawford usually does a pretty good job of rebounding the ball at the defensive end of the floor.
Martin 53% at the free throw line during his freshman campaign. Now he'll get up at the head here of the pressure. And that's going to be the second foul
on Amarr Davis.
That's big.
That is huge. That is really, really big.
Long way to go here, just past the midway point of the opening frame. And Coach Kerry Craner doesn't have anybody checking in just yet. So So he's going to let Amarr, the star, try to play through it.
And here again, baseline out of bounds plays. We said special situations. Crawford's already scored on their first one.
Vogt has to come in up top.
Mansfield Christian doing a good job of defending the screener action.
Off the double team, Davis comes away with it, straight to the tin, and 2 easy ones.
Great defensive play by Amarr Davis, especially with 2 fouls, risking getting in that trap. So now they switch Davis off of Vogt. He'll be playing off the basketball now.
Yeah, what a matchup for the freshman going against the Northern 10 Player of the Year. McMichael jump stop. And now back to him.
This is Crawford basketball right there. Great interior passing, great patience.
And the first bucket of the night for Connor. Davis long 2. Off the side of the rim, and that'll go against Westfield. Loose ball foul, the 3rd against the Flames.
And the interesting part, Coach Craner putting a lot of trust in Amarr Davis here with 2 fouls and 2:42 to go in the first quarter. So be interesting to see if Crawford tries to run anything, maybe to attack him and force him into a situation that he's got to defend somebody one-on-one.
Coach Sheldon's been doing this a long time. I imagine that's got to be part of the game plan here offensively. He'll pick up McMichael. Vogt lobs inside to Gray with a touch.
That's a strength right there. I don't know if Mansfield Christian has anybody that can handle the Gray inside, but the key thing is, with the pressure, they're trying to pressure enough so that they can't find time to get it to him inside.
Westfield lets it fly from the corner. Long rebound.
3rd offensive rebound here for the Flames.
Now Amarr in attack mode. Little contact, no whistle, and the Eagles hold them.
The young freshman DeGray grabbing the defensive rebound there.
Getting some big minutes here at the district round.
And McMichael probably should have just shot that one.
Davis with a head of steam. A lot of contact, and he's able to finish. Great offensive start, 9 points for Amarr.
He's proven why he's had such a great career at Mansfield Christian.
Got to be careful with the defensive end, even with little plays like that.
The Flames have a sub waiting at the table. I wouldn't be surprised if that sub's going to be in for Amarr Davis.
Yeah, both Connor Laus and Rensel, a couple of guards.
Here's DeGray in the post. Great patience.
Excellent move, turned into the double team, like you said, waited, and then excellent shot right at the rack.
And he, the amazing thing, Brian, with him, he's only a sophomore.
Sure.
He had just gotten better and better as the season's gone along.
Second leading scorer on the team, over 14 points a game.
See if Crawford goes for the last shot of the quarter. Nope, Logan Goddard gets an open look at the top, not able to finish it.
Now here's Martin, a 2-on-3.
Let's see if Mansfield Christian looks for the last shot of the quarter. Nope.
Seen Westfield try a couple of triples. Both came up empty. Now Davion puts one up. And the long rebound comes out for the Eagles.
So this is kind of another special situation. End of quarter plays to see if you can score at the end of the quarter. And the other key thing is Crawford's going to have the ball to start the second quarter. Trevor Vogt.
Beautiful. Banks open late. We are all knotted up 16 each as we move on to quarter number 2.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Awesome first quarter action here. Mansfield Christian off to a blistering start, but the Eagles settle in, and we are all tied up at 16 each here in the district semifinals. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joe Balogh is with me here tonight, and we've seen a little bit of both teams be able to implement their style in that first.
Yeah, and Amarr Davis is on the bench here to start.
And it's a second bomb from Goddard. He's got 6. And the team, they are a likably different offense when Amarr the Star's on the bench.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot different here, I think.
See if one of their 2 freshmen can step up. Instead, it's Ritzel, the senior off the bench, splashes one from the corner. And that's really his game. He likes those corner shots. What an answer for Vogt.
But you can see without Amarr Davis guarding Trevor Vogt, he's using his size and strength to be a lot more aggressive going to the basket, especially going to his right.
Ritzel, no hesitation, no friendly bounce. And the kick gear just a little undone there. So they'll give the younger DeGray an opportunity to get them laced up.
I mean, John DeGray was a JV player pretty much the first half of the year, and then again, the idea of the Colonel Crawford program of if you continue to work hard, it's going to get noticed, and he's been noticed and has been a much more integral part here at the varsity level here the last half to the last third of the season, and right now playing a big role here in the district semifinal. Amarr Davis checked back in.
An instant offense. Yep. Cashing in a deuce off the theft. Amarr over 3 steals per game. He's got 2 already tonight.
And he's got 11 on the game. Little backdoor play.
And it's wide open.
Yep.
So Trevor Vogt nearly travels, able to hold that pivot foot, and it leads to an easy deuce.
I mean, you can see when Colonel Crawford's been able to get into their half-court offense, they pretty much have gotten the shot that they wanted to get.
So as Amarr Davis runs into a crowd, though, here and has to force up a wild circus shot. Ritzel gambling.
Well, you gotta think they're going to look at this matchup with DeGray inside right now, and they'll reset it.
Big size advantage over Connor Louse.
But no, the thing is Crawford does not panic here.
You see Davis backs off there, not wanting to pick up that third.
And you know, McMichael's not really that quick, but he is so strong with the basketball. And he's just strong enough that he can get into the lane. He's already made a couple really nice passes.
And Ritzel called for the blocking foul. Basically, that's the second time we've seen that exact play. Trevor Vogt, real strong dribble with the right hand. Second look at our Buckeye Horizon replay. Just the first foul of the frame on either side.
Another backdoor look.
Double team comes on Vogt. Can't get to Gray a touch. McMichael on the kick out. Little mishandled here by Trev.
But McMichael's done a really good job of getting the ball into the lane. which has caused some problems defensively for the Flames. You can see that right now they're waiting on DeGray inside. McMichael takes a rare 15-foot jumper and is able to make it.
He's got 6 now as the Eagles, enjoying their largest lead, swells up to 4. Two-man game. Wyszynski tries a 3-ball. And the Flames have gone cold from long range, but Martin with the fast hands gets a jump.
And it's going to be the Flames basketball.
Wyszynski checking out. Mack back into the contest. So for the Flames, it's the 4 starters plus Brock Rensel. Two freshmen battling it out here. Westfield again, and this time he likes the downtown view.
You can see Mansfield Christian offensively, they love to shoot the 3 here, and they're going to kind of live and die by it right now.
Meanwhile, Vogt into the lane, scoop, too much to
Payne
Gray.
DeGray on the glass.
Block shot. Westfield's about the one guy I think physically can keep up with Payne. And Coach Kerry Craner's going to get a TO here, Joe.
Yep.
So it's a Wellspring Pharmacy timeout. 9-8 here in the quarter. We were tied at 16 after 1, and it's been tight throughout.
Yeah, and Mansfield Christian got off to a great start, but Colonel Crawford able to answer that and tie it at the end of the first quarter, take the lead early in the second, and both teams kind of battling back and forth right now. As we said, when Crawford's able to get the ball and run their half-court offense, they've had a lot of success. Mansfield Christian more of, hey, when we can create some turnovers, we're much better, but they also have shown the ability that they can make the 3.
A team that averages almost 75 points per game. I believe they have the second highest margin of victory for the season in the entire state in Division IV. Over 25 a game.
Yeah, they have played well throughout the season. I mean, with only 4 losses, but we mentioned as 2 of those were to Lucas. And Crawford just kind of disguising, looks like they're 2-3 zone here.
Davis, too hard off the square, not kept alive. Rebound McMichael.
You know, as we've mentioned several times, McMichael has come off the bench and played really well. That's a look that Coach Sheldon likes with Logan Goddard. He's wide open in transition. So we said they'll take those shots, but they're more comfortable running their half-court offense.
So it'll be Flames basketball looking to tie a program record with 21 wins that has stood for a long time, 1973-74.
And Crawford coming out in a 2-3 zone, so a little bit of a different show here by the Eagles in this district semifinal game.
Rensel never hesitates, missed his last couple. But Martin, oh man, missed an easy one at the 10, collects his own miss though.
And that's probably the 5th or 6th though offensive rebounds for Mansfield Christian. So Coach Craner's got to be really happy with how the Flames have attacked the offensive glass.
Second bomb for Davis. He leads all scorers, 14.
Well, in a difference right now in the first half is the second chance points has got to be in favor of Mansfield Christian. That time they were able to get 2 offensive rebounds, and then Davis buries a 3.
McMichael in no man's land gives it up. And now here's Vogt, jumps through a double team. What a play.
That's a great move. I mean, a lot of times a lot of people talk about Euro steps, but players playing off of 2 feet, and there Trevor Vogt does a great job of playing off 2 feet.
I think we're going to get a loose ball foul against McMichael and the Eagles.
Yep, and another offensive rebound for the Flames. So kind of unusual. This is an area that Colonel Crawford has prided themselves on of limiting teams to 1 shot, and right now they've not been able to limit the Flames to just 1 shot in the half court.
First foul against Colonel Crawford here in the second. As McMichael get a quick breather.
Yep.
Caden Bruner's in.
I mean, they got to be really pleased with the effort McMichael came in and played with here late in the first quarter and throughout the second.
Davion Max just got 2. Leads the team in scoring, over 18 per contest.
Nice pass.
But a beautiful dime right there.
Yeah.
Silky smooth for a 9th grader.
Yeah, he has some skills, and that was a very athletic play.
So Mansfield Christian regains the lead, and we'll get a travel on to Gray.
Yeah, the young freshman just got bumped a little bit and got off balance and turned it over.
And now to Gray, who he's played the last, 12 minutes at least, it seems like.
He came in late or midway through the first quarter and has played all the way through the second. So Ryan McMichael, starter, back into the basketball game. So actually Colonel Crawford's starting lineup's back in the game.
And Westfield able to drill his second trifecta of the night. Big shots for him.
I mean, right now the three-point shooting of Mansfield Christian is a big difference in this basketball game. Vogt again off both feet.
Man.
Well, he's shown he can go right, and he's shown he can go left and finish in the lane.
Trevor's into double-figure scoring now. Mack pops one. Missed shot everything. Gets down on the ground. Martin sails out, but it's off his foot.
But again, Mansfield Christian being very active on the offensive glass.
See, we've got a lot of active commenters out there as well in Facebook and YouTube land, so keep them coming throughout the night. We'll make you a part of the game on our fan zone. Love knowing where you guys are watching from as well, so chime in.
So McMichael and DeGray back into the basketball game here. With 30 seconds, you would anticipate that Colonel Crawford's probably going to go for the last shot, except
oh, look out below.
Makes a play.
Best jumper in the area, in my opinion, Davion Mack. 4 points now for the freshman. And the lead back up to 5. As Vogt spins and knocked away again, back-to-back turnovers. Davis at the other end, and Mansfield Christian closes the frame in style. Big run. They own a 7-point cushion going into the lockers, Joe.
And that's what Mansfield Christian can do. Two possessions, they force 2 live ball turnovers and convert in transition, and that's got to be a concern for Coach Sheldon. The other concern going in the halves got to be Mansfield Christian rebound the ball at the offensive end of the floor.
Their fans loving what they're seeing right now. And we've got plenty more action still on the way. Keep it here. Live and free coverage of boys tournament basketball returns here after a quick commercial break. Hi, I'm Always Report founder Brian Skowronski, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let SPHERION do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with SPHERION. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with WHITAKER Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Tonight's high school broadcast brought to you folks live and free thanks to our amazing sponsors. How about WAKELEY'S Air Duct Cleaning? Clean ducts, clean air. Call WAKELEY'S at 419-295-3589 to schedule a free quote. BURKHART Farm Center, farmers serving farmers. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little bit easier. Tonight's broadcast also presented by Buckeye Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your local trained comfort specialist. WELLSPRING Custom Pharmacy and Health Source, helping you choose effective vitamins and supplements and can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider or veterinarian to manage hormone balance, mouth soreness, pain, autoimmune conditions, and many more. SPHERION Mid-Ohio. Let them build the career that you want, the team that you want. They build relationships with you, they understand what you need, and they get it for you fast. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank, and by WHITAKER Myers Wealth Managers. Mansfield, Ashland, and Worcester's locally owned fee-based fiduciary financial planner that boasts the endorsement of national money expert Dave Ramsey and the team at Ramsey Solutions. We will be back here in a moment with your halftime report presented by First Federal Community Bank. Stay tuned.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with WHITAKER Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
First Federal Community Bank halftime reports. Winner tonight, moving on to Friday's D4 District Championship. And so far right now, it is Mansfield Christian enjoying a 36-29 cushion. Amarr Davis, a big star, 16 points in that first half. And Gabe Westfield, a big surprise with 8. I'm Brian Skowronski. Joe Balogh is with me here this evening, and we were just talking off camera here, Joe, and Colonel Crawford allowed a lot of points there in transition off of some of the turnovers that they committed. If they can clean that up, they've been a handful in the half court, but the full court pressure of Mansfield Christian, as we've seen all year, it's just really difficult to try to get by that throughout the entire course of the night.
Well, the thing with Mansfield Christian, they're a team that plays in spurts. So they had a really big spurt at the very end of the half. That last 30 seconds, were able to turn Crawford over twice and convert. As we take a look, Colonel Crawford has 9 turnovers, and I think we talked about that's probably led maybe to 10 or 12 points in transition. So an emphasis has got to be we got to take better care of the basketball if you're Colonel Crawford. But the other surprising thing is the ability of Mansfield Christian to get to the offensive glass. They only have 7 rebounds, and I'm going to say 5 of those, I think, are offensive rebounds, and then a couple of those have led to open 3 looks and baskets. So that's another area that Crawford's got to clean up. So if you're Mansfield Christian, you're kind of going in the half, hey, let's just keep doing what we're doing. Continue to put pressure on the basketball. We're going to get a couple of spurts where we get 2 or 3 buckets in a row. If you're Colonel Crawford, the emphasis is, hey, we've got to take better care of the basketball, and then we got to finish defensive possessions by rebounding the ball.
And how about the decision by Coach Kerry Craner? He sat Amarr Davis with 2 fouls at the beginning of the second quarter after playing him for the last 4 minutes of the first, and then he went the rest of the way and didn't pick up another personal.
Well, but the big difference was they took him off with Trevor Vogt, and you can see what Vogt can do with Amarr Davis not on him. So it'll be interesting to see if in the third quarter, as we start, Brian, is if Amarr Davis matches up with him right away, because the one thing you don't want to have if you're Mansfield Christian, you don't want to have Amarr Davis pick up that 3rd foul early here in the 3rd quarter.
Davis, 16 points already in the competition, 11 on the other side for Trevor Vogt. Those are the top 2 scorers so far here tonight. And both of those guys, we thought that we would get big-time performances out of them. Some of the other role players, I talked about Westfield, knocked down a couple of big triples for Mansfield Christian. He only averages 4 points a game. He's got 8 already. On the other side, DeGray, about halfway to his total on the season. But who's going to be some of the other guys that step up here, some of the complementary pieces?
Well, you saw Logan Goddard, I think, has hit 2 threes. So he's a player that could step up. The other player that really hasn't scored, I thought, though, is McMichael coming off the bench. I thought he gave him great minutes with his ability to get the ball into the lane and then made some excellent feeds, whether it was kicking the ball out to the perimeter or feeding it into the post. So Crawford's going to start with the basketball here. First 3 minutes here are going to be important because the first 3 minutes of the game, Mansfield Christian owned those first 3 minutes.
Yeah, they really bookend it with a big start.
And there's a turnover.
And a late close, but how about this? Mack with the step-through blocked.
Yep, good sprint back by DeGray, but concern there that first possession, you turn the basketball over. Fortunate you're able to get the ball back.
Vogt buries a deep 3.
Trevor Vogt, I mean, he's struggled a little bit handling the basketball, but you see he just goes to the very next play.
Meanwhile, Martin on the attack draws a personal foul here on the Eagles. It's going to be the first on Caden Bruner. Be a shooting foul, puts Martin on the line. He's 1 of 2 so far on the night. No free throws shot by Colonel Crawford in that first half, Joe.
Yeah, that's an interesting stat too, because you would think with how physical they are, they would be a team that would get to the line more than Mansfield Christian.
2 for 2 for Martin on this trip.
And they're able to get into their full court pressure now.
You see they've got Mack,
yeah,
the great length on Trevor Vogt.
Yep, and they're going to run at him here in the backcourt. 10-second call.
So the pressure of Mansfield Christian bursting some pipes.
So the out of the first 3 possessions, Colonel Crawford's turned it over twice now. The only good thing about that turnover, it's a dead ball turnover. So Crawford able to set their half-court defense and not going to give up a basket in transition.
And very quickly, Coach Sheldon bringing in McMichael along with John DeGray.
Yep. I mean, they played a lot of minutes in the first half and are in here within the first minute to start the second half.
Mack with the blow-by baseline. Shot deflected by DeGray.
Another offensive rebound, though.
And another block by Payne.
And another offensive rebound.
Turned away 3 times like a turnstile. But the Eagles with the 3rd giveaway. Boy, let's check out this last sequence, though, Joe. Boom. Boom. And how about 3rd time's a charm? Swatting it like it's a volleyball player.
But if you're Coach Craner, you got to love the effort that his kids are making to get to the offensive glass. That's a stat that you take a look at, is if they're winning that battle right now of getting offensive rebounds and not allowing Colonel Crawford to finish off possessions.
Flames give it away over down in the corner.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a sloppy start these first 90 seconds.
Trying to post Davian Mack against John DeGray, and DeGray makes the deflection off of Mack's thigh there, and the basketball goes out of bounds. But you can see Mack playing him Vogt the same way that Amarr Davis was, really trying to force Vogt to go to his left.
Flames able to recover, and wisely Goddard just throws it off the defender's foot.
So baseline out of bounds set here. I think Crawford's 1 of 2 scoring on baseline out of bounds plays right now. Box set. And again, Mansfield Christian does a good job defending it. McMichael gets to the paint. That's a big basket.
Little step back there for the sophomore. Deficit back down to 4.
I mean, he's he doesn't look like a great ball handler, but he's been able to get to the lane with his dribble just because of how physical he is.
Meanwhile, Mack kind of forces up a jumper there off the side of the backboard.
McMichael again trying to get to the lane.
Coach Sheldon hitting that 8th octave somehow, barking out the order.
And Amarr Davis back on Vogt, but a steal by Davion Mack.
And a step through, boy, is he slick to the rack.
I mean, Mack and Davis, their on-the-ball pressure has been a problem for the Eagles tonight.
McMichael can't bury that one. And the rebound in the hands of Westfield. Here's Amarr. Draws a crowd, spinning, no-look pass, and into the Flames bench.
Yeah.
So sometimes with the razzle-dazzle of Amarr, you'll get that.
Yep. And then, that's something Coach Craner, can live with all the other things that Amarr does for his team.
Strong take the floater over Westfield.
John DeGray, the young freshman. So back to a 4-point game. Crawford just continue to fight back. Let's see what Mansfield Christian does here in the half court. And Davis kind of dared to take the 3 and does. And Crawford finishes off that possession with the defensive rebound.
Eagles a chance to make this just a 1-score game.
Wouldn't be surprised here that they try to put the ball inside to Payne DeGray.
They'll make the catch here. Spinning, nice up fake. Takes the contact, count it.
I mean, this is kind of rare to see in the game of basketball today. Brian is feeding the post and then having a guy make a post move. And again, only a sophomore, but really not a sophomore anymore because he's played a whole year here. But excellent move there by Payne DeGray to finish and gets to go to the free throw line to try to convert a 3-point play.
Showcasing the strength as he was able to fight through the contact, and he knocks it down. 1-point game.
And that's an area where he struggled last year with shooting free throws, is gradually not shooting great this year, but you can see he's got pretty good form. If he really improves with that, he's going to be a pain next year for a lot of opponents.
Balogh with the puns here in district form. Crawford switching everything.
You can see Crawford's emphasis is we just got to try to keep the ball out of the lane, and they do. They force a tough shot. As Martin finishes that now, a lazy pass, and here's that turnover.
Oh, and probably a smart foul by Trevor Vogt as Mac wanted to put him on a poster.
I mean, the thing you cannot do against this pressure of Mansfield Christian is throw lazy passes. And that was a lazy pass. You got to be sharper with the basketball. You got to have your teammates coming to meet the ball. But again, another turnover leads to an offensive opportunity here for the Flames. Davion Mack misses the first free throw.
Mack's right about 60% on the season from the free throw line. Gets there quite a bit.
Misses them both.
DeGray, big rebound inside. McMichael finds DeGray wide open.
As I said, McMichael, I think, played well. I mean, he does nothing fancy, but he has just been solid tonight.
Getting a ton of minutes off the bench. As the Eagles back with him one. Wyszynski, great feed inside. A lot of pressure on Mack. He missed it.
Offensive rebound, though.
And now Davis to the cup.
That time DeGray's able to rebound it. So Crawford has a chance to take the lead.
And Coach Shelton did a dance move as he came flying out on the floor. What a shame we don't have that on video, Joe. I would have replayed that one all night.
That dance move might have been as good as my singing on the Joe Show.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So
great spurt, though, right now for the Eagles and capitalizing on their strength. Getting it to DeGray, and when they can get in their half-court sets, I mean, they've been pretty much perfect here in the third.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and they Mansfield Christian forced 4 turnovers here in the third quarter, and probably have converted on 3 of them. So, again, Crawford's just got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball and getting in their half-court sets. So, anticipation would be that the ball is going to go inside here to DeGray.
Do appreciate all 900 of you watching live and free right now, and keep the comments coming. We'll make you a part of the fan zone. Love reading those throughout the course of the night. I hear someone's watching from Cabo tonight, Joe. It's almost spring break, man. Yeah, it kind of feels like Cabo in here, right?
It's a little warm in here, but it's kind of how you like tournament atmosphere. A little hot, and not only in the gym, but competition's pretty hot also.
Nice rally by Colonel Crawford. Now with the basketball, a chance to take their first lead.
Well, they're going to run it. They're going to run it Vogt here. Lucky, kind of a lucky pass there.
Get a kick ball here against Davion Mack. You're right. Wyszynski read that one well. Somehow just flew right by this thing.
But you can see again when the ball gets in McMichael's hands against this pressure, he has been a good decision maker with the basketball.
It's really helped bail out Vogt a little bit here tonight.
Screen the screener action here, and Payne DeGray. So the second time, that's the second time that Crawford's been able to score up a baseline out of bounds plays. And sometimes when you look back at a game, those special situations are winning plays in the basketball game.
And you can tell Payne does not miss leg day, arm day, or any type of gym activities. Meanwhile, Wyszynski with the runner down the lane, and back and forth we go.
They're gonna run it Vogt here again. That's kind of been, they're gonna pressure him, make him go left, and then run another defender at him.
Look at Rensel selling out. He's gonna pick up his second foul though, and showing a lot of emotion out there. 5 seniors on this Mansfield Christian team, and boy, they want this one bad.
Well, I think Coach Craner wanted an over and back call, but the official had said that the basketball was tipped, so I can't really tell from here if it was or not. But Probably if I was in Coach Craner's shoes, I'd be complaining about the same thing. But backdoor cut layup.
Yeah, what a catch there by Vogt. He's unstoppable when he gets in the lane like that.
And that's off of a sideline out of bounds play.
Rensel, a couple of hops, and now he picks up his third. And he's almost checking himself out of the game. He wandered over to the sideline. Just too much for Brock to take. So Connor Lass will check him out. And Vogt showing some emotion of his own. Looks like we've got some soggy portions of midcourt. And I know that David Shelton, he's got a collection of towels if they need to bring one out. If half of them aren't soaked just yet, they will be.
Well, we've said that this gym, the Hoss, has had a lot of great basketball games in it. Not just Willard Flash's basketball games, but there's been a lot of great tournament games that have been played in this basketball gym. And they do a great job of hosting both boys and girls tournaments every year in this gym. So
indeed. Yeah, shout out Joe Crawford and the staff.
This is a special place. McMichael with a little show.
What a move by the sophomore. The 1-2 punch of the 10th graders getting it done. Davis missing, and the freshman with a board. So it's the youngsters coming through right now for the Eagles. As McMichael again going to work. Couple of ball fakes, sets up an open three, Joe. Come on.
Lucas Foy, who was pretty much a JV player all year, was inserted in the lineup, but has no fear in shooting that three. That is a big, big shot.
Flames in desperate need of an answer. This is their largest deficit of the game. And Mack is going to head to the free throw line with a chance to try to cut back into it.
Well, Colonel Crawford getting great production off the bench. I mean, Lucas Foy, first time in the basketball game, first possession, gets an open three. And the interesting thing with Lucas Foy, I think going into the season, he was probably going to be their point guard, but had a foot injury in football, and just it took a long time for him to kind of get back in the swing of things. And I think really in maybe the last 3 to 4 weeks, he's finally gotten fully healthy. So great trust by Coach Sheldon to put him into the lineup, and probably going to help Trevor Vogt handle the ball a little bit against the pressure here.
Mack, meanwhile, has missed his first 3 free throws, able to bury that one. And that's always a good sign for Mansfield Christian. That way they can get up into their full court pressure. Here comes the trap.
There's Lucas Foy.
Do get it across.
Gets it to McMichael and Payne DeGray. Great jump stop.
Battling inside. A block, but fouled before.
Well,
Eagle Nation up on their feet.
You can see the thing that Crawford does so well, and it's got to be taught, is their players play off what we call play off 2 feet. So they get to the lane and they jump stop and just get on balance. And then if you look at them, they have great strength in their upper body, so they're able to kind of just go through defenders. Payne DeGray there with a nice move and going back and getting an offensive rebound.
Able to split the pair. Mack with the rebound as we're down to the final 35 seconds here of the third, which has been owned by Crawford. 22-9 run here in the frame. See if the Flames have some magic. Not on that shot. But a loose ball foul actually going to go against Mansfield Christian and Gabe Westfield.
You got to like the effort that Westfield made, but Crawford doing a little bit better job of boxing out. And now Crawford gets to go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Yeah, it's going to be bonus action.
So Payne DeGray going back to the foul line with 1 of 2 on his last trip. We said this has kind of been an area that has been an emphasis, an area that they've emphasized of him trying to improve, and he's done a pretty good job of that this season.
DeGray's been big here in this third quarter. His point total up to 14 now, make it 15. Been an impressive stretch here for Colonel Crawford these last 4 minutes. The Flames, though, with an opportunity to try to cut this down to 5, or if they can knock down to 3, even get closer before we go to money time.
And the Flames were really good at the end of the second quarter as they got 4 points in 30 seconds. So this is a big possession, Brian, because they score here. They also get the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Davis dribbles off his shoe. It has not been his quarters, held scoreless, and he's got 3 turnovers in the frame.
And Coach Craner wanted a foul there, and Vogt might have got a little piece of his arm, but the Eagles have a chance here with 5.5 to get a shot at the end of the quarter.
Could be massive for Colonel Crawford. They come away with some points. McMichael dribbling out of a trap. He heaves it, and he traveled.
So the Flames got 0.4 seconds here, and you can catch and shoot it here with 0.4.
They've got a few quality three-point shooters. Mack, of course, has the long limbs, can shoot over the top. They'll lob it up for him and just bat it out of there. So 7-point lead for Colonel Crawford.
The bad thing, though, is McMichael may have rolled his ankle there. He's hobbling off the floor. And that could be a big key for Crawford because he's done a great job of being able to handle the pressure here.
We'll find out. Fourth quarter action coming up after this.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let SPHERION do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with SPHERION. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Money time here at the Haas as the Division IV semifinals here at Willard coming down to the wire. It's a 7-point lead here for Crawford, who had a huge third quarter, and they've got a defensive rebound here to open up the fourth.
Yep, they just tried to let Amarr Davis go one-on-one, got a little bit of contact from Trevor Vogt. Now the Eagles got a chance to extend this 7-point lead.
Here's McMichael. Looked like he rolled his ankle a little bit. They'll set up 4 for 3, front iron to Gray with a big board. Now Vogt spinning.
Off of 2 feet, DeGray with an offensive rebound.
Boy, he's been spectacular so far in this second half. Anytime he's touching the lane, I mean, dude's been winning.
He's just an old school post player, man. I mean, just a hard-working kid. And, you know, when you have to go against somebody of his size and strength, you might be okay early in the game, but he just wears you down. Now what he's got to be able to do is just be able to convert some free throws for him.
Connor Louse checking into the game for Mansfield Christian. And empty-handed here on this trip. Davis yet to score in the second half. Had a big offensive outburst in the first couple frames. Now the Martin misses that one. And Vogt's going to get fouled. Davis has 2. That would be his third. It will go on him.
And the second foul in the first minute here of the fourth quarter. So that could be a key, too, if Crawford's able to get to the bonus here early in the quarter.
And you see Davis very frustrated on the replay, too.
Got his fourth one.
Wow.
Just got his fourth.
So 2 fouls in a matter of a second for Amarr Davis.
You got to be a lot smarter than that. I mean, there was maybe not a lot of contact, but there was some contact, and he just kind of swept his arm across the top of Vogt's head and caught a little bit of his arm. So going to switch him off, and he's going to be guarding the younger DeGray.
Lob into traffic, and Trevor can't come down. Lost it, lost his balance in a giveaway. 15th turnover for Colonel Crawford tonight. But they lead it by 7. 7 minutes to go here in this district semifinal. Dre Martin wants to clear it out and go to work. Now Davis tried to thread the needle. Threw it away again. That's his 4th giveaway here in the second half. Trap comes, Vogt asking for a timeout, and he will get a Wellspring Pharmacy timeout. And with that, Joe, I got a trivia question for you tonight.
Uh-oh.
Colonel Crawford and Mansfield Christian have played 21 times heading into tonight. How many of those games have the Flames won?
3.
Joe Balogh is going with 3. I'll let you, the viewing audience, think about it for a second. So this is the 22nd meeting tonight. Out of their first 21 meetings, Colonel Crawford is 20-1 all time against Mansfield Christian. Surprised me a little bit. I know Crawford's had a great program.
Yeah, that is surprising because Mansfield Christian early in my coaching career had a guy named Keith Clark that I think coached both the boys and girls and did an outstanding job. And then John Kurtz was at Mansfield Christian and also did an outstanding job. So that is a little bit surprising.
First time they've met in tournament here in a while, though.
They're trying to run a duck in here to DeGray.
Nice job by Louse, who he's had this assignment a couple times, giving up a bunch of size.
Nice pass.
And the younger DeGray comes through on the backside, so Vogt handed out a dime.
Well, and one of the things at Crawford you see tonight, their interior passing in the lane has been excellent.
Davis has to back it out, facing the largest deficit of the night.
I mean, you can see right now, Colonel Crawford is just playing all what we call gap defense. Just trying to keep the ball out of the lane, keep it in front.
Davis with a nice hesitation, and that's the first points for him in the second half and the first points for the Flames in the 4th.
But if you're Crawford right now, I mean, you're disappointed defensively with that, but you like that shot rather than an open three-pointer. Again, I think they're going to show patience and go to DeGray here inside because he has a mismatch right now.
Mack challenging Vogt, who goes right, gets by him.
Yep. Off 2 feet again.
Yeah, contested shot, but he's so strong.
And he almost got a steal.
Gonna leave Martin wide open. Comes up well short.
Great hustle play by Martin. I mean, again, one thing that Crawford has not done consistently tonight is finish their defensive possession with rebounding the ball at the defensive end. So there, Mansfield Christian's hustle gets them a second chance to score here.
They've been struggling in this second half to find half-court baskets. Louse with the speed advantage goes baseline, and he got fouled. I think McMichael's going to pick this one up. He will. So Connor Louse averages about 4 points a game at the free throw line, looking for his first points of tonight's action.
Well, the free throw lines hurt Mansfield Christian here, especially in the second half.
Below 50%.
Yeah. That's their 4th or 5th miss here. Able to go 1 of 2.
Flames haven't forced a turnover with full court pressure in quite some time.
As we said, Connor McMichael, not the prettiest of players, but he kind of gets the job done here.
Yeah, he's been effective, and I think one official said timeout, the other said jump. They're going with the jump ball.
Well, and probably really good for Colonel Crawford that they didn't award the timeout, because it's their possession of the basketball. So it saves them a timeout, and they get to keep the basketball. So that's one of the things as a coach. I mean, it's difficult. You try to remind your players of who has possession. So now the key thing will be next time if that happens, loose basketball, they will want to call the timeout because they want to keep possession of the ball.
Almost the 5th foul on Amarr Davis.
Yeah, he was lucky there.
And now Foy might have got away with a walk. Vogt, strong take again, the up and under. He's down, so a chance for a 4-on-3. Nice job by Connor McMichael to catch up.
Great transition defense there. Connor McMichael, Lucas Foy, both getting back defensively and not giving up a layup. And it looks like McMichael's got blood on his elbow.
This dude's been a warrior out here tonight.
They're going to send his brother in.
So the senior Ryan McMichael will spell out baby bro. As we're getting down to crunch time of money time. Mac's been pretty quiet, but nice attack this time, and he'll head back to the free throw line.
Yep, he's able to split the defenders and got to the lane, got to the basket. And Connor McMichael's going to come right back in.
Davion Mack, 1 of 4 tonight from the charity stripe. And he missed them both. 2 key misses right there for Mansfield Christian.
Yeah, the free throw line has not been kind to the Flames here, especially in the second half.
7 of 16 on the night for MC, so leaving a lot of points on the table. As Foy throws it away right into the chest of Wyszynski.
But again, Crawford able to get back defensively on that live ball turnover. So I think that's their 16th turnover of the night.
Mack gets by the first defender and called for the charge. The Gray sliding in to absorb the contact.
The big fellow doing it all at both ends of the floor. Just makes his presence known in the lane offensively and defensively.
4th foul against Mansfield Christian now, so no more to give. Eagles will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Vogt across the timeline. Another hop step. Toss it to Louse and picks up the foul. Actually, it'll go on Payne to Gray. Just his second team foul, number 3 on Colonel Crawford.
And if you're Colonel Crawford, you want to try to get this to double digits, because that a lot of times that mental aspect of it is just a big difference. So kind of letting Mansfield Christian hang in here a little bit, and if Christian gets a basket or a 3 here, they're going to be right back in it.
Pivotal possession, of course, for the Flames. Wyszynski down Main Street, lobs it up too hard off the square to Grain, again cleaning the glass. Vogt lobs it ahead. Here's Foy. Lob it inside for Payne, and just muscles his way in.
Great balance in the post. Great balance in the post.
There's that double-digit lead Joe was talking about. And Davis can't chop it down. Vogt bringing it back up top. They're going to try to wind some clock.
You're gonna see him play keep away here a little bit now.
Oh, jump ball.
Lucas Boyd just getting going too fast. You know, when you have this kind of pressure right now, you just want to catch the ball and face up and see, and then when you get trapped, you want to let your teammates help you. We used to call it rescue the basketball, and come and meet the basketball. So the Eagles now, I believe, have there might be at 17 turnovers now, I think. 2:32 to go, and the Eagles have a 10-point lead.
Wyszynski's going to try it and drills a huge triple. We'll get a Wellspring Pharmacy timeout taken by Coach Craner.
Yeah, that was a big shot right there. Something Mansfield Christian desperately needed. And he just caught it and shot it.
And one thing that I mentioned about Mansfield Christian, the 5 seniors on this team, they've got a lot of want to, a lot of drive. Wyszynski's obviously one of them, burying that deep 3. Can they create some more chaos full court defensively, Joe? Colonel Crawford's really settled in. Nick Michael especially has helped out a lot, and they have not given it away. That's led to transition points for Mansfield Christian, I don't think, this whole second half.
Yeah, I mean, early they had a couple that did, but really here late. But it's 2:24, 7-point lead, and we've seen Mansfield Christian being able to get like 2 possessions in a row and score quickly, and that's what they're going to need here. I mean, the big thing that the Eagles have done much better in the second half is Amarr Davis only has 2 points here in the second half. After having 16 in the first, he only has 2 for a total of 18. And the other thing that Crawford's going to have to do here, not besides just take care of the basketball, they're going to have to be able to convert free throws, because if Mansfield Christian doesn't turn them over, I'm sure they're going to look to start fouling here as it goes along.
So they'll come out full court, man-to-man. Get it into the gray.
Yep. And they're going to let McMichael just handle the basketball here against the pressure.
Closing in on 2 minutes remaining. The defending district champions looking to get back to the title game, and they'll have their N10 Player of the Year heading to the free throw line for a couple big ones.
Well, and as we said, with this new free throw rule, there's a little less pressure because it's not a 1-and-1 that you're getting 2 shots. So Trevor Vogt going to the line with 2 shots, seeing if he can put his Eagles up.
First one spins out. Westfield back onto the floor for Coach Craner's bunch.
Vogt splits a pair.
Now the Flames got to get to work offensively in a hurry. Wyszynski hit from about this spot last possession. Now Amarr will try well off.
But he goes right back and gets it.
Another Wellspring Pharmacy timeout. As Mansfield Christian here in the frame, you see 8-7. Won the quarter just slightly.
Well, Trevor Vogt just turned and didn't really make any contact with Amarr Davis. And Amarr, I mean, knowing that he was going to miss it, went right to the spot to go rebound the basketball. So the Flames are still in this thing. As we said, they have the capability that they can turn you over quickly and convert. So minute 37, Crawford trying to hang on to this 6-point lead.
Great atmosphere here inside of the Haas tonight, per always, for tournament round ball action.
Yeah, good crowd here by both Mansfield Christian. Mansfield Christian, outstanding student section there. They're packed. Colonel Crawford brings brings their core of students also. So we said the other neat thing about district games is you see a number of coaches from all over the area that get to come in, and that's kind of the fun part of being in a district game too, is you have a lot of your peers that are here watching you.
Watching this one boil down to the closing minutes. Eagles looking to close out yet another district win. Again, they'll put it in the hands of McMichael. He tosses it down. And here's the Gray going to pull it out.
Needs to pick up his dribble and just be strong with it. Same with Foy. Now you just got to rescue the basketball. Don't like jump passes.
A lot of time melting away here.
Bad pass.
But Wyszynski read it. Hesitation knocked away. So another nice play by Davis Wyszynski on the defensive end. He's got multiple steals here tonight and gives the Flames an opportunity, if they can score here, to put a lot of pressure on Crawford.
Yes, this is it doesn't have to be a 3. A 2 or a 3 is going to be big. Payne DeGray almost made a big play.
Mack able to jump through a double team. Fouled on the floor, though. That's going to be the 4th on the Eagles.
Yep, it's going to be out of bounds, too. That's huge.
3rd on Payne DeGray tonight. Amarr lobs it in up top. Catch for Martin.
And great defense there by Crawford in the out-of-bounds play.
Now Mack, step back 3. A little too much. See if Mansfield Christian elects to foul here quickly. You don't want Davis to do it, and that's the guy that just picked up. Well, nope, they're going to call it on Martin. Certainly looked like the contact here was on Amarr Davis.
Wow.
So a little bit of a break if you're a Flames fan, but it does send Trevor Vogt to the line.
Vogt split the last pair, but, this is a guy you want at the free throw line. I mean, player of the year in the conference, all-district player. Has been through the wars with the Eagles. He has the confidence that he can step up and make these shots.
Gets the Eagles to 60 points on our Wakely scoreboard. Again, comes away 1 of 2. So the door ajar here for the Flames. And that's a huge one there for Amarr, the star. Timeout, Coach Craner. He wants a full 4-point game now, Joe, and plenty of time if you can.
Plenty of time, because Mansfield Christian has shown they can make plays. And, the big thing is, Colonel Crawford has split their last 2 free throws. So I think what you're going to see here is they're going to really try to deny the ball coming in. They're going to probably really trap the first pass, see if they can get a steal. And if Crawford's not able to, if they can't turn Colonel Crawford over, then they're probably going to foul. So right now you may be trying to pick who you want to foul to. And a guy that you might want to foul would be Payne DeGray if they bring him up, which they have. He's kind of been the guy that they've entered the ball to. That might be if they throw it to him right away, you might want to foul him, because free throw shooting's been kind of an issue with him throughout his young career. And I don't have the stats here in front of me, but I think he's around a 50-some% free throw shooter.
So a big inbound on the way here for Colonel Crawford. 34.8 ticks on the clock, and the Flames playing a little bit of heat as they've outscored the Eagles 11-8 here in the frame. Will not defend the basketball. Nobody face guarding. And they'll allow Vogt the catch.
Trevor Vogt's got to make himself available here.
Now McMichael tipped out of his hands, but Trevor makes the catch. Rensel with the foul. Big moment coming up here for the N10 Player of the Year.
But again, 2 shots instead of a 1-on-1 makes a big difference as far as the amount of pressure.
Trevor Couple of fake handshakes for his imaginary teammates. Any motivation you can get, Joe.
Yep. I mean, if it's a habit you have with your free throw shooting, you continue to do it. Again, he splits them.
So 5-point deficit. Davis has it poked out of his hands. Time running away. Davis forces it up and banks it home. Wow, Amarr Davis now with 26, and it's a one-score game.
That was an incredible shot. I mean, Crawford did everything right to defend it, and he just jumped into him and banked it off the glass. But, you know, when you get to tournament time, you see goofy things happen. So right now, the Flames continue to fight, got it to a 2-point game, and Crawford's going to have to get it inbounded. They're going to have to handle the pressure and probably going to have to make some free throws here.
Unbelievable finish here at Willard. Do we expect anything less? Mansfield Christian looking to tie a program record with 21 wins. Colonel Crawford looking to get back to the district championship game.
And one of the things I'm sure that the coaching staff of Crawford is a reminder to their players, hey, we got 2 timeouts. So if you get in any kind of difficult situation, you just call a timeout.
Eagles Nation getting up on their feet as they'll get it into Vogt. Double teamed in.
He's good. He's good.
Oh, wow. Blocking call on Mansfield Christian's going to send Trevor to the line.
Well, you know, Vogt was doing a smart thing there because when you catch the ball in the backcourt, you have 10 seconds. So there's not going to be a 5-second call back there. And my anticipation was if he would have gotten any more trouble, he was going to use the timeout. But now what they need to do is he needs to make free throws here.
Trevor's not been able to bury both yet.
Yep.
This the biggest free throw of the night.
Yep, this is a huge free throw right here.
To ice it. And he does.
Coach Sheldon's going to use a timeout here.
Trevor Vogt waiting for the biggest moment of the evening to come through. Had split the pair 3 times in a row, Joe. And then the N10 Player of the Year gets it done when it really mattered.
Yeah, he has 23 tonight. And both team stars have stepped up and played. Amarr Davis with 26, Vogt with 23, DeGray with 17. But I think maybe the difference has been the play of Colonel Crawford's bench that's been a difference. Because right now you have Lucas Foy and John DeGray have been in the game almost the entire fourth quarter. And 2 players that pretty much were JV players through most of the year. So interesting to see Coach Sheldon putting the trust in those 2 guys. And they've been solid. Haven't done anything fantastic. But have just been solid with what they've done as far as when they came in the game.
Could be the final game for Amarr Davis. Arguably, probably is the greatest player in the history of Mansfield Christian basketball. You see the season averages, almost 1,700 points for his career. Can he pull out another magical 3? He's open. Missed that one. DeGray with the board. And that's all she wrote, folks. Payne's heading to the free throw line, and the Eagles going to fly back into the district title game. Eagles fans believe they have won, and in 1.4 ticks, they absolutely will have. But this was one hell of a battle here tonight.
Yeah, it was. It's a great district semifinal basketball game.
Payne DeGray has come up in a lot of big situations tonight. But Mansfield Christian's season will come to a close as the Eagles march on 63-59. They'll face the winner of the second half of our doubleheader. Lucas and Seneca East still coming up, and a long way to go here in this one, as we've still got our first Federal Community Bank post-game show on the way, along with an interview with our MVP. Stick around, that's all coming up after the break.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let SPHERION do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with SPHERION. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Basketball 100% live and free thanks to our amazing sponsors. How about WAKELEY'S Air Duct Cleaning? Clean ducts, clean air. Call WAKELEY'S at 419-295-3589 to schedule a free quote. BURKHART Farm Center, where it's farmers serving farmers. First Federal Community Bank. Banking locally just got a little easier. Tonight's broadcast also presented by Buckeye Horizon Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your local trained comfort specialist. WELLSPRING Custom Pharmacy in Health Source. Stop by, see Stephanie Lane. She can help you choose effective vitamins and supplements, can prepare custom medications as prescribed by your healthcare provider. She can even hook up veteran recommended things for your pets. So they've got everything you need on West 4th Street in Ontario. SPHERION Mid-Ohio, Let them help you build the career you want, the awesome team you want. They build relationships with you so they can understand what you need, and they get it for you fast. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. And Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, with locations in Mansfield, Ashland, and Worcester. They've got the endorsement of national money man Dave Ramsey and the team over at Ramsey Solutions. Hit up my guy John Mark Young. He'll turn you a nickel into a pile of money. It's what they do. And with that, we'll come back. We'll bring it back right now as we welcome you back into the Haas for the First Federal Community Bank post-game show and the first half of our double feature. He'll hear from the Haas, a very entertaining ball game. Colonel Crawford, 63, Mansfield Christian, 59, and a big third quarter stretch tonight for the Eagles really, I think, was the difference, Joe.
You know, in the third quarter didn't start out like the Eagles really wanted to do in the first few possessions. I think they turned it over three out of 4 times, but they did kind of dominate that third quarter. And I think the big thing is they were able to pretty much control Amarr Davis till really it got late. And he had a couple big shots, but kind of a typical Colonel Crawford basketball game where they just find a way to grind it out. I mean, had probably close to 20 turnovers on the night. But when they were able to take care of the basketball, they were efficient in the half-court offense. I thought, as I mentioned earlier or later in the game, I thought the play of Crawford's bench was key. Not that they came in and did anything spectacular, but Connor McMichael was able to help handle the press. He had Lucas Boyd come in and hit a big three.
Sure.
John DeGray, a freshman, played almost the entire second half. So just kind of how Colonel Crawford's program's been built is that they reward kids for their great effort.
Yeah, the bench players put in a lot of minutes here tonight, help leading them to victory. And Coach Sheldon, one of the very best we have in the business, win number 326 for him, his 36th win in the tournament as well. So the adjustments were made by one of the true greats that we've had in the history of North Central Ohio.
Yeah, David does a great job, and they continue to kind of get to a familiar spot in the district finals.
Yeah, they are the defending champs, and they will get to defend their crown coming up on Friday night. But you see that gentleman wearing the number 5 right there, Trevor Vogt, coming over. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back and hear from our MVP.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let SPHERION do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with SPHERION. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Now with your most valuable player, presented by BURKHART Farm Center. Trevor Vogt, the N10 Player of the Year, coming up big in clutch time here tonight. 23 points and a win over Mansfield Christian. And let's just begin with the victory. This is a team that you played a lot of tournament games, especially here in this building. So to get it done, to get back to the final where you get a chance to defend your crown, just how satisfying is it as a senior, one of the leaders of the squad?
Oh, it's really good. I mean, we got back here last year. Won the district, obviously, so coming back with a team that many thought that we would never be in this type of situation, it's really nice to be back here.
You were just telling us off camera this is one of the most physical games that you've been a part of in your entire career. Just walk us through what it was like being down on the floor, and obviously you were getting banged all over the place out there.
I mean, as a point guard, you're going to get a lot of reach and fouls. Obviously, during tournament time, they just let you play a lot. So elbows can be thrown, forearms, just a lot of little contact that people don't see. It's let go during tournament time.
Mansfield Christian made a nice spurt there at the end of the second quarter. 7-point lead going into the lockers, and then you guys in the third really took command of the game. What do you think switched there for you guys where you were able to put yourself in the driver's seat?
I mean, Sheldon just talked to us and told us we need to calm down and play our roles. So that's what we did, and it worked out.
Having one of the great coaches in the history of this area on your bench, how much can you grab from him on any given possession or moment and just know that he's almost always going to make the right decision?
I mean, he's just so competitive. I think it's just one of those natural things for him now because he's been coaching Crawford for, 18 years, I think. So coaching for 18 years at one school, it's a really big advantage for us.
You go to the free throw line 4 times at the end of the game. You split the pair the first 3. Then, when you needed to ice it, you knocked down both. The feeling, that sensation, knowing that you just kind of salted the game, what was that like?
It wasn't as great as you thought. I was so mad at myself for going 1 for 2.
Fair.
Every time I went up, I said I got to make both of them, and I only did it once. But, yeah, once we went up 4, it felt pretty good.
Well, congratulations. You get it done here tonight. You guys are advancing to Friday's final. Looking forward to watching that contest. Whoever you play, go ahead, give some shout-outs before we turn you loose.
My sister Cassidy, my sister Gabby, my brother Zach, my family, and my team.
All right, our BURKHART Farm Center MVP. Nice little goodie bag for you, Trevor.
Thank you.
And hopefully not the last that you're going to get this postseason run.
I hope not.
All right, thanks for the time, man.
Thank you.
Might be a little sweaty.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
Hi, I'm John Mark Young, a financial advisor and owner with Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. We believe in the financial freedom and power of living debt-free. Visit our website at www.whitakerwealth.com to learn more and schedule a meeting.
Back here for the post-game show presented by First Federal Community Bank, and we'll make it a quick one as we set the stage for the second half of our doubleheader here tonight. Let's begin with Mansfield Christian. Joe put up a great fight here tonight, and Coach Kerry Craner in his 4th season, they've incrementally won more games each season. This is the second most wins in the history of the program, 20 so far. Hadn't won a playoff game in a long time too, so obviously a lot of smiles this year and a lot to feel good about.
Well, I think as a coach, one of your goals, I mean, you usually have 2 goals to start the year is one, to win your league, and then the other one is to get to the district tournament. And they proved they were a well-deserved team to get into this district. But I think sometimes experience plays a big difference in games like this, and the tournament experience that Colonel Crawford has, not necessarily guys that have played, but all those guys have been around it.
Sure.
When you're in the districts for 13 consecutive years, I mean, there's kids that were in kindergarten coming and watching them play in the district, and that's you can't, that's something that you can't just teach, and that winning attitude is a big difference, and Crawford has it, and they don't give it up. So kudos to the Eagles, but a great season for the Flames with Coach Craner, and something they can build on. They have 2 outstanding freshmen coming back. So the key thing, as you talk to your kids about, is you're going to take a few days off, but here in a couple weeks you're going to get right back to work and see how much you can improve and see if you can get back here again next year.
And then quickly on the flip side, obviously, Colonel Crawford, a team, the #1 seed for a reason. You talked about playing through that N10 schedule. This was a squad that you just felt like they played in a lot of big games this year. This is very familiar to them.
Well, they really haven't played in many games where they've blown anybody out just with the pace that they play. So they're a team that understands the ebbs and flows of a game. I mean, as we saw the start of the game, they were down early, I think 9-2. There was no panic. They tied it by the end of the first quarter. And then was able, never really let Mansfield Christian get into another big run in the game, which is what they typically are able to do to their opponents. Wear them down with their pressure and then create offense with their defense, and Crawford never really let that happen a lot here in the second half.
Well, that will wrap up our coverage here for the first part of our two-part series here tonight of the D4 District Semifinals. Colonel Crawford moving back into the championship game on Friday night to face the winner between Seneca East and Lucas. Do got to throw out some shout-outs real quick before we turn you guys all loose here to our fabulous sponsors, Buckeye Horizon, First Federal Community Bank, WAKELEY'S Air Duct Cleaning, WELLSPRING Pharmacy, SPHERION Mid-Ohio, BURKHART Farm Center, and Mechanics Bank. And also my staff here, Adam Thompson, the director, Jory Hollenbach, top cam, Madeline Mad Dog Zazuda down with the floor cam. And for Joe Balogh, I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long for now. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.